Hello and welcome to episode 19 of our Timberborn Update 6 Folktales playthrough here in cycle 28, day 13. Drought inbound, as you saw in the very beginning of this video. And last time we got bots up and running. We have 6 right now. And we are on our way to getting a couple more. Well, one of these probably tomorrow in terms of in-game time. Then possibly also that same day or the next one. But there's still plenty to do. Lots of stuff we need to keep building and improving and making more efficient, and all sorts of other fun stuff. So we're going to jump right on into it, trying to get the mine a little bit more efficiently run here. We have these stairs that have to get built, and then we can have the tanks. I did see a comment saying that this could not be reached. That's because the stairs aren't done. But that should not be too much longer. You will notice now that there is a little bit more detail in the construction. There was an update a couple of days ago that just added a couple of bug fixes and then these intermediary construction things. So I figured that would be fun to point out. You see the stairs have these little sloped beams here, and then you can start to see a little bit of a hint of a skeleton on the tank as it's being constructed. Very cool. I don't know if there's anything else under construction right now that we can point at to see what it is, but I believe every single building has gotten an update with some sort of intermediary status, and I think that's pretty cool. So we will keep a lookout for that as we continue building things today. As for right now, it is getting to be just about the end of the working day, so we'll go ahead and turbo speed this thing, get things going. A bunch of you keep asking me to lower the working day to 16 hours. The reason I'm not going to is because right now this takes 36 hours to make a bot, so it would be two. Math is hard. 2 4 working days. 2 full work. Oh my god, man. 2 full working days. I promise I know how to speak English for the past 32 years of my life, but the point I'm trying to make is that divides nicely into 36 hours. And all of these parts get made in 18 hours. If I change that to 16, it's going to throw it off. But once that's automated, it doesn't matter. It's just going to keep going 24/7. Well, if beavers even have the concept of a week, I don't know. So we're going to keep our eye on that. Make sure we're continuing to assign more buildings to be run by the beavers, the bots. Boy, I'm batting 1,000 today, huh? But we're just going to start turning the lumber mills and the gear workshops automated first, and then add more to the mine. But to make these guys work a little bit more efficiently, we will of course need more storage for the fuel and the catalyst, and we've started that over here, and of course we have these tanks here. But something you guys also mentioned was that, hey, the process for making the fuel and the catalyst has not been going for the past couple episodes after I built this. And we're going to need to get these started up again. So, ooh, okay, no, who doesn't have a job? Is that in this district? No. Oh, this district was so perfect before. Oh, well, I'll just have to unpause both of these, and then maybe we'll just have to figure out what we're doing otherwise. This forester can get paused. We don't need that. That's an easy problem to solve. This, of course, is maple syrup that is being tapped out of these trees. Eventually, in due time. Does take quite a while for that to get accomplished, but not a big deal. I think I have the... yeah, okay, so this is set to deprioritize if they need to take beavers elsewhere, so I think we're going to be fine. Also, since we are in the beginning, or I guess the pre-drought stage, it probably would be in my best interest to make as much room as possible for water. I know I should have done this before, but I didn't. So what we're going to do instead is just blast this mess all the way down along with this. And then we'll just use technology to shove all of the pieces where they need to go to get picked up and just not worry about it. I don't know how much more water is going to flow in here as a result of this empty space being done, but that's fine. We'll get it figured out. Just get little bits and pieces done one piece at a time like we always have. Just shove this up here. There we go. Now they can access all of that mess. And of course we have to remember to get rid of these before they actually build them. And then we have this bit here as well. That's not really affecting anything, but that was bugging me, and it was probably bugging some of you too. So we just want to make sure, not there, not there, not there. I love playing tag with this, and by love I mean I really don't like it, but it's the easiest way to get, come on. There. Now I just have to put this bit in. Alright, problem solved. Nice and easy. Just demolish all these. Do what we can do. Make sure they don't build all this stuff, and then that should solve that problem for a very long time. This is going to get knocked down a little bit more, so I'm not really that worried about this. We just have to be able to get them down there. And I think everything's going to be fine. So, the drought is here, which means we have 6 days to hopefully rely on our windmills and our gravity batteries, which are already descending quite quickly. And I've got more of these bots to get going here, so I guess I can go ahead and automate the gear workshop, those two, and then something that got brought up that I had not even thought about was you could put the observatory here because it takes power through the side. Now, from a scientific perspective, you're not going to get a lot of valuable information from looking at the stars in a light-polluted area. But I don't think the game cares. So I do kind of want to put this here, just because I think that would be fun. And also solves the problem of what goes up on top of that mess. So we'll just do that, because we do need to get these guys researching again so we can have the science, because we're going to need to spend a lot of it pretty soon. That should solve that problem. Now, a number of you mentioned that I forgot to put the connections in place on here, and I absolutely did. So these 4 wheels weren't even doing anything, but we're going to take care of that in the process of improving things today. Just remember to check up on that every once in a while. And look, we've got catalyst, we've got some biofuel. This does need to be set to obtain both of these. And of course this giant storage for gears. A couple of you said that's way too much storage for gears. Yeah, probably, but honestly, I think it's fine. Don't need to worry about it. We do also have this huge storage for gears over here. And you think that's going to cannibalize the plank production. But the idea behind having a huge quantity of gear storage is twofold. One, we're working toward building this thing. The Earth Recultivator takes 2,000 gears. That is like 65%-ish of the capacity of both of our giant gear storages. Actually, we can just go ahead and look. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, because this isn't built yet. Oh, that's what the large warehouse looks like with the beams. That's cool. I really like this. The addition of the partially built building shapes. I think it looks really cool. But we need to have more capacity for stuff, and we're going to use the gears. It's not going to be that big of a deal. We can always pause production if we have too many. That's fine. See, now the bots are getting made real quick now. So this is part of the reason why I wanted to keep the 18-hour days, because we can keep making a whole bunch of bots. And then eventually have 0 working hours, because there will be so many bots we don't need the actual beavers to do anything. But, okay, good. They can reach this. They're just not. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize this. I never make enough use of the prioritization stuff, and some of you guys are quick to tell me that I need to do that, but honestly, I think it's fine. I think we're going to be okay. These are both going. Biofuel is full. Catalyst is less full. We're not going to need to worry about that too much. Also, we did have some analysis conducted in the comments of the biofuel recipes, and it turns out the spatterdock is much more efficient than potatoes. So we will be changing to spatterdock at some point. I just need to plant more, which means I need to put another aquatic farmhouse in, and then I hadn't done that yet because I was trying to figure out where exactly that should go, and I hadn't quite figured that out yet. But the amount of wheat that we have actually doesn't seem like it's quite enough. So we can go ahead and make use of our extra space here and plant a little bit more wheat. I'm going to plant... I'm going to unplant all these potatoes. We can turn those into sunflower seeds. Because these potatoes here, and if I expand here and here, should be enough. And just a few more wheats should be nice as well. And then we'll need to have maybe, actually right here would probably be a good place to put one, because this is where all of the stuff is occurring. I need to put in another staircase here so they can easily get up to supply all of this. And then the aquatic farmhouse can go anywhere. We just need to make sure that it's going to have a good... Okay, so that was down in the water. I believe if I put this kind of up here, maybe would be the best place to go, just right there in the corner so it doesn't take up that much space. I know it's not really what's the term? Not really optimal to put this here, but having this directly accessible to this area, which is where this is going to be stored, I think is better than having this further down here where it's not going to be. So if we just plant a bunch of spatterdock in the range that we think it's going to be able to access, then we should be fine. The cattail crackers, cattail roots, cattail flour, we have way more than we're ever going to need. But because of the way that the spatterdock is going to be utilized here, we're going to want to make sure we have as much of this as we possibly can. It's not going to grow in too deep water, so we can ignore that for now. This will just be fine right here. And of course we'll have to have additional beaver housing to take care of this. All part of the overarching plan that will take some time to get stuff figured out. This gatherer flag probably doesn't need to be exactly right here. In fact, we can go ahead and put this guy right here. Just rebuild that and then get rid of this. And that's going to give us a couple more squares to build something else on if we felt so inclined. I don't know that we really need to worry about it, because our food situation has been just unbelievably flush for the past forever. So I don't think that needs to be a concern. Okay, so these are actually empty. So why don't we just go for Broek right now, since we're already out, and just put in 2 more of these gravity batteries. Prioritize the construction of such. We do have all the materials to build these. Just got to get it done quickly. Actually, no, we don't have planks. So you were correct in that we would run out of planks because we're doing all this other stuff. But I believe we're going to have the ability to do that. I'm just going to pause these gear workshops real quick, so they don't use any more planks for gears. And we'll just let well enough be good enough. Did they ever actually build this? Yes, they did. Okay. Somebody else said you should move the sluice gates to the end. And you're probably correct. But what I will go ahead and do, since this is a drought, is relocate 2 of them right here. Where did it put the... okay, put it there. I'm going to move 2 of those here. And remove these 2. I know they're not going to be able to get to this for a little while, but if we do that, we can put the levees here and here, and then reconnect this. That's going to stop at least part of it. We only have 2 days before the drought is over, so I don't want to mess too much with this. But, you know, thinking about it, I can't see. I'm going to have to peel these back. Oh, I forgot it's not going to let me get away with that, but I don't really have a way to get back in here, so I might honestly need to go ahead and do this now. So, you know how it goes. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. I'm assuming that went down under somewhere where it might be kind of hard to get at, but we will worry about that later. Should not be that big of an issue, just need to get everything else done. Obviously, they're going to build these first, and they have, except this now is not connected here because it needs a couple more planks. That should not be an issue. They'll just pick up some garbage off the ground or something else, and we'll get it done. They did build this, partially. It is really cool to see the partial thing with, like, the little teeth here versus just the start with the pegs. But these need to be set to close. Oh, hey, there's plus-minus buttons. This is new. I think that was the other very small update the other day. That's a welcome change. Very cool. Love to see that. This is still completely empty, so that's not a problem going into a temperate season, for sure. But that, I think, is going to be a good thing for us to do, to move this down here so then we can get the full power from all the wheels. I'm not convinced it would have made a huge difference, but you asked for it, and we might as well be able to do it. Very cool. The observatory is working just in time for there to be no power. Well, at least these bots don't run off of the it's not electrical power, but you know what I mean. They just take fuel. The Iron Teeth, if you run out of power, it's a bad time, because then all your bots are like, oh, I don't know what to do with all my time now. Just like that. But now we have bot refueling available here. We've got storage for the gears that probably should also be set to obtain. This is scrap metal set to supply, and then I need to put one more of these here, the underground pile, to obtain the planks, the treated planks, but we're not there yet. We got a lot to focus on, folks. Yeah, we need 12 more planks here. That, I think, is just going to have to wait until this is finished. It's fine. None of this is really mission critical at the end of the day. We've just got all sorts of other stuff to deal with. So that'll get put in. These two have not been built because, of course, they need planks, and it just is what it is. And I'm not going to get rid of these two levees yet because these wheels are still not connected. So why don't we prioritize this one straight power shaft, get that taken care of, and see what we can accomplish in the start of this temperate season. Now, I know there's a bunch of logs. There's some planks here too, actually. They should be getting those. But now it's not going to matter as much. They'll just come grab this whenever they feel so inclined. And that water is going to be coming back through here very quickly, just as soon as it can. And we'll be in a good shape. Looks like this is done, so let's take full advantage of that with another one of these intersections. Get that prioritized. Work our way toward connecting the others. And then, you know what? Maybe we should actually remove this and put another set of wheels in. I don't know. Not entirely sure. But we will we'll do our best. That's all we can do. Yeah, see, now this is going to supply a lot more power, and then, of course, these two haven't been hooked up yet, but we're just about there. Very good. This is almost done. What's this on the ground? One log. That can go away. Somebody come get that. There we go. Cool. So now these are going to recharge slowly over time. We made any progress? Yes, we planted Spatterdock. Very good. Actually, you know what? We don't need to have this... we don't need to have this path here. So why don't we go ahead and get rid of the stairs. And then the path. I believe they can still... Nope, they can't. Okay. Well, they already grabbed it, so I guess it doesn't matter. Let's get some more Spatterdock planted here. And then we should be okay eventually to change our recipe over to Spatterdock, but we still have 1,300 potatoes. So it's not a problem yet. But it will be at some point soon. Just keep an eye on that. Yep. One more piece of power shaft. Because I know there's going to be someone who's going to leave the comment, why don't you just put all of them in and use the prioritization thing? It doesn't work. It's never worked for me. They always find a way to build the wrong order, and then I have a silly Billy stuck here that we have to do a rescue mission for. So I'll just do it one at a time. Plus, it keeps me occupied a little bit. Alright, so the planks have started going back up, so I can unpause all these gear factories. Now I have 4 extra beaver bots. We can switch this over. So now all of this has been automated with the bots. We've got 16 of them working, which means now this district has extra beavers. We've got 11 beavers that aren't working. And this district has... Oh, okay, only 5 spots. Well, what we can do is we need to have additional housing here. That is one thing I have not done, is I have not, well, I've not done a lot of things, but I have neglected adding additional housing here. I guess I just didn't want it to be complicated. So what I can do is I can temporarily remove that guy, rotate that 90 degrees, and that's going to give nice access up here to all of this. And then I can consider that to be finished. Put a little 2x2 roofing thing on there, and that looks, you know, that doesn't look bad. I think we can agree that looks pretty cool. That should help that problem solve itself. But I can't really remove any housing from up here yet. Nor do I really want to. We'll just have to get a little bit better about getting stuff figured out. But that's looking better. I got 2 extra beavers, or I always want to call them beavers, bots now. So I really should be automating the bot part factories. You know what? Actually, it's 5,000 science. I might as well go ahead and do that. Just these stop getting injured as much. That would just be 3 jobs. This, of course, is 10,000 science, which we're not quite 2 yet. So I could either automate these guys, or I could put 2 more bots in the mine. But that was going to increase our consumption of gears and treated planks. Which, you know, I guess isn't, you know, alright. I'll put 2 more in the mine. That's fine. Oh, that rhymes. Yeah, so that's looking good. How are we doing? 5 unfulfilled jobs here. That's the way it is. That's fine. More wheat. I want there to be more wheat than this. But we do have a full storage just about of wheat flour, so I don't think it's doing too poorly. But we do have good storages of the biofuel and the catalyst alike for our 18 now bots. So that's something to be happy about. Is there garbage hiding on the ground that I can't pick up? They can reach that. They just haven't done that yet. That's too far from a district. Okay, well, I guess we have all these pieces left here that we can ignore. We'll just move this to be... Nope, nope, nope. Go somewhere you can have them pick it up, please, and thank you. Are you serious? There you go. Now I have to get rid of this, all these power shafts. There, problem solved. All right, another thing. I'm gonna try this out because I saw the patch notes. Apparently, the demolish building tool can be correctly. It's not working. Not working. Wait, hold on. It only selected the path. Oh, well, I stand thoroughly corrected. Because when I highlighted this, it had the whole thing. But then that's like that. But if I select here... Yeah, it's not demolishing... Ooh, okay, they got it right, folks. They got it right. And now I have to remove this, so I guess we can actually test it now. Yes! Oh, yes. Beautiful. Fantastic. Wait, hold on. I don't have an exit on this side. And it's still fine? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, alright. That works. We'll just leave it that way. That makes it so much easier. But that raises another interesting question is... The water up here is still the same height as over here, so that does mean that it has some sort of like a pressure thing where it'll get to the height it's supposed to be. Because remember, this sluice is closed and it goes out here. So that water is that height because this water is this height. That's pretty cool. I really like what they're doing here. This has got to be some of the best updates they've ever made to this game. Which, hopefully, that would always be the case when new updates are made to a game, but I digress. This is looking good, folks. We're getting a lot more efficient. Got a lot more stuff to be happy about. So why don't we take a look at now developing this into more of a recreational area now that we have all this stuff. We haven't had an agora up here, so I know this isn't quite quite perfect here, but this middle blocks we can empty. Yeah, just empty that out. Grilled potatoes, this can go away. The little water here can go away. We're gonna just redo this entire mess here. But I know I said I didn't want to introduce too many mods, or hardly any mods in this playthrough, but this one's cool, so we're going to do it. Our friend Battery Smooth made a pantry that is basically like a vending machine for beaver snacks, and it holds, like, I think it's 50 of every food in the game. So I want to put one of these over here once I decide how this is going to be laid out, and that should help solve our beaver happiness. And make it so we don't have to have a whole bunch of huge warehouses everywhere. We can just have the central ones for the regular bits, like we do here. I don't know why I was looking at this. This is where they used to be. No, but all that's over here now, minus the berries because we don't care. Although we could, if we really felt like it, we could put one for berries in here, but we're just aggressively unconcerned, unbothered about the berries. I've got storage for 400 of them, plus the I guess 73 sitting somewhere else. But point being, we don't need to worry about berries with the folktales. But it is very cool to have access to all this other stuff. This is empty, okay. Empty, empty, so that goes away. Then we have all this space here we can utilize. So if we were going to put an agora in, then we are going to need to have a storage for the extract. So, I think this is probably fine right here. Put in a little bit of a path, right, like so, and then give them a place to put their ritual juice. Maybe not right outside, but right here could work. Just have that set for extract, set to obtain. Then they'll be able to do their chanting and whatever they do in here. Would not hurt to have a couple of contemplation spots as well. I do want to plant some trees over here to make this look nice, so I like the idea of that being oriented that way, and then maybe find one other spot. Anybody want to contemplate right out here? That's not how that's pronounced, but that's fine. And then why not right here? Just extra space available in amongst the trees. Now we have 4 lumberjack flags here, which means this one can easily go away. This one I'm going to keep because it can access these trees, and these guys can't. But this one definitely did not need to be here. That means we can plant one more oak tree. And we have all this space down here that we can plant trees on that is hopefully accessible. So I will plant some trees here. And then I believe... Okay, only two of those can be planted, so I'm going to leave that alone. Actually, I lied. I'm going to put a staircase here, and then I'm going to put 3 oak trees. Because we are getting to the point now where we might need to think about having additional trees, just because of how much wood we're using. It's going to become a problem if we don't have more trees planted. So I'm not going to harvest these trees for... Oh, look how cool this looks with the partial like framing there. That is pretty cool. So I remember saying when I saw the patch notes for this update 6, and they had the end game wonders, the earth recultivator and the earth repopulator, said it had multiple stages for construction. I remember thinking, I don't know 100% if I said it or not. I think I did, but I don't want to lie to you, so we'll just say that I think I might have said this. But it would be cool if all the buildings had that, or at least some sort of intermediary thing. So it's great to see that. I think that's a huge improvement to the visual feel of the game, which already is very good. We talked about this in the live streams, how good the art style is. It's very cohesive. It has a good independent voice that I think is very strong. We don't have... Oh, that's bots. Okay. 14 incapacitated beavers. Yeah, see, that's what happens when you make them work on these things. And I've got... how much scrap coming out? 18. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and set this to 10 maximum capacity because that's going to keep those bots busy for a little bit more time. And then we're going to need to start automating these things. I did not think that it was going to be this quick to get the industrial stuff automated because we're only, we're like only halfway into this episode and almost more than half of it's already automated. Now, we haven't had a ton of production over here. And there's still things we haven't added yet that we need to, like paper, so we can replace these windmills with the larger ones. But you know what? Actually, I'm not sure that the large windmills can be spaced like this. We might have to just completely redo all of this. Not to mention not being able to get up here to build these guys. That's going to be kind of a pain. But I guess we could figure it out. Not going to be that big of a deal. These are still taking their time getting upstairs here. So maybe we do need to have more power. I thought we were okay. Yeah, it's still positive, but oh, okay, I know what happened. Because these are now running 24 hours a day. Normally the recharging would happen during the night, but since the bots are now, well, doing bot things in very efficient ways, that's no longer the case. This is working good. We haven't made any dance halls yet. Detailers, I know I said I was going to get to that this week, but oops. It's gonna have to be pushed back a little bit. I gotta sit there and mess with the custom images. It's probably not that complicated to do. I just haven't looked into it. The mud pit is going to be a requirement for terraforming. And some people were asking if I could do terraforming this episode. So I don't know. I don't know if we can find a good spot for this. Somebody said that maybe I could put it over this this thing here, just the reservoir, hold more water, but you can't really get extra water out of it, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I'd have to find a good place for it to go, and I'm not really seeing one that isn't going to be super ugly looking right now, at least. But it is good to keep ahead of all the different things here. So I'm going to start by, let's see, what is this? 2,000 science versus 1,000. Okay. We will do that, and then I will start automating the smelters because we already automated the mine. And I think supply-wise, we're looking pretty good. I know we need to replace these piles. So why don't we, just bite the bullet, go ahead and put this big underground pile in place, set to planks, and let them build this. They should be able to get the planks for this. I don't know where they're going to put them because I honestly don't remember if there is plank storage. Oh, there's a tiny one all the way over here. So, okay, that's not going to be the most efficient thing ever, but it will work. And we'll put up with that for just a little bit of time to get that done. But that's going to get replaced. This one already has not been replaced, but it's going to take some time. And I can't do all the planks until the plank storage that we're building is finished. So we'll just let it be. Yeah, they're putting it in there. We're good. Even if it does take a little bit longer period of time. All right, so that's working out quite nicely. This is just going so much faster than I thought it would. This is great. Fantastic stuff. I think somebody made a comment on a previous video or a live stream possibly. I think it was one of these videos that had said 2 of these assemblers producing from the bot part factories, assuming everything's automated or whatever, could sustain a population of about... I don't remember what the number was, but it was less than we need. Or a lot less. It was more than we need. Look, my brain is, I guess, all sorts of discombobulated today. But it would suffice, was the point I was trying to make, with the current size of our industry to keep all of that ready to go. All right, so that one is now good. Timberbot 27. I wanted to say it was somewhere between like 70 and 100. It could have been higher than that, but I don't want to overestimate and paint myself into a corner any more than I already have. These guys are... You got broken teeth or what? No, you're just injured. Okay, well, very, very soon, friends, there will be no more injuries because you won't have to work anymore. And you can just spend your day doing green slime in the Agora, because I guess that's an endorsed activity. That's fine, whatever. But I need to plant some trees up here to make this look a little nicer. Of course, we have to have a frog statue. It's too bad this isn't symmetrical with this thing, because I do think this is a fantastic, this is a fantastic thing to have, the little frog here. But we'll build one of these up here. Campfires, we already have one right there. Let's see. Carousel we're going to need to build eventually. Dance hall is going to have to go... Oh, that's bigger than I thought it was. The dance hall can pretty much go wherever. I guess we should probably focus on making this look nice. We've got hammocks. I don't know if they actually use these or if it's just decoration, but once we have everything else researched, we can populate some of this other fun stuff. But outside of that, we can just kind of randomly pepper these trees in. We'll do some oaks. We can always, you know, cut these down later if we want to. But I don't think I'm going to be putting any other paths in here for the time being. So we'll just kind of randomly pick this. Leave a couple of gaps and then unplant all these trees so they can just naturally reproduce. And then that hopefully should end up looking pretty nice. Birches as well. We've done this before in some of our playthroughs where we had like a recreation area set up like this, and I thought it ended up looking pretty sweet. So that would be a fun thing for us to do. Just take a little bit of space and do something else with it. It will take some time for this to fill in, but we still have plenty of life left in this series. So I figured that would be a good thing to do. All right, now Forester. Where am I going to put you? Okay, you can actually reach everything. Good. That'll give these guys something to do. Plant all these trees. Again, like I said, once they're planted, I will unplant them so they will spread naturally and fill in all the space. Hopefully randomly, depending on how it goes. I think the faster growing trees might go before everyone else just because that's how that works. But no harm in that. I think that would end up looking pretty cool. Fill this in a little bit. But I did say I was going to put a pantry in place, and I do want to make sure we do that. I'll put this right at the end, right here. Okay, another drought. But this says 100. It's not supposed to be 100. This is just some sort of glitch thing, but the capacity is 50 per once this is done. So it is really cool to see stuff like this, because I remember the beaver bentos from our update 4 playthroughs. I really, really liked those. And this is just a cool thing. Handy place to store small amounts of food, and that is exactly what it is. And these trees are planted. Looking good. We'll let them continue on with their stuff. And now all I have left is the wood workshop and then the bot parts. Of course, the observatory cannot be manned by bots because that's... What's a robot going to learn by looking at stars, right? Robots only learn what someone tells them they need to know. So, you know what? Bot part factories it is. We'll just go ahead and do that. And then get that going as well. They'll keep churning out the parts, churning out the bots, and these guys can stop being injured. Well, stop being injured as much. Come back and check on that guy in a little bit. This is still not... Oh, it's actually going down. Oh, because now all of these are running all the time. Okay, well that's a problem. We definitely need to have these larger windmills in place, because they have, instead of 150, they're rated for 300. But these guys, I don't actually know what they do in actuality. I want to say it's a little bit more than 150, but we need to get paper going. And that was something that I hadn't bothered messing with, because I wasn't exactly sure how we were going to do it. But we do need to get this going, because we have to have the books, and then we have to have punch cards. So this is the one that's always like a little frustrating to build with, because it is the opposite orientation. This, of course, is not going to be conducting any power. So we would have to have this come around the side here. Oh, which reminds me, a surprisingly large number of people were like a little upset that this staircase was here going to nowhere. And I said that was part of the eventual plan was to take this staircase out so we could have this continue to come up this way. So, you know what? We might as well go ahead and just get this guy out of here and then put that in. And then just cover this either with an overhang, excuse my English, or something else. But I think for this it's fine. We'll do one here, and then I'm just going to do this. So what we will do with this space is we will take our paper mills, and we can do one here, and then we can relocate this whole mess and put another one here. And then have space for it. And that's going to go, if I can click on the right thing, there we go. This I'm going to move to be here, I think. Makes sense. And I can hear you saying, wait, there's no way to get to the door here. You are correct. That is something we had not fixed. I only have the 4x1s, the 5x1, 6x1 here. That would get us there. So I will go ahead and do that guy right here. Oops, this guy. Except I don't have the science for it, so maybe we'll have to wait a little bit. But that was the idea, that we would we'd take care of this. Or if we're feeling frisky here. Why did I use that adjective? We can put this guy here. I know I can't place it, and then we can put other ones off to the side. I don't know. I like using the new stuff that we got in this update. I think it's cool, and it's nice to have access to all the fun new toys. We got a drought coming, and we're still don't have this taken care of. Oh, this is only doing 50 HP. Okay, well that's weak wind stream then. Unfortunate. So this is already good here. Gears there. Plank storage is no longer dumb. Treated plank storage I'm going to put here. Set to obtain. So that should always be fine. I think leaving this as a small storage is probably good because this needs to be set to supply. Anyway, that's probably fine. Pine resin is fine. This many gears is fine. All I have to do is just look at the intermediary thing. Like it's simple. It's very simple, but it looks really cool. Now, as long as they don't build this one first and leave somebody stranded there, then we're gonna be in okay shape. Okay, did all these trees get planted? Good. Let's unplant all of these and let them spread naturally. I imagine it's going to be a lot of birch trees spreading because those are going to be the first ones to grow. But that's fine. We'll keep this paused because we don't need it. But I'm not going to get rid of it in case we want to plant some other stuff. We could also plant berry bushes for decoration if we so choose. But, you know, getting the little forest seeded off to a decent start is never a bad choice. How do we still have so many injured beavers? They're not working anything. They got 19 incapacitated beavers? All they're doing is making the bots. And I can't automate this one yet because I don't have 10,000 science. That's very curious. Quite strange. We're full of metal, almost full of metal blocks. So this also needs to be replaced with a large underground storage. Do I have the resources to build that? I do, actually. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and get it done then. Why not? Set that to be 4 metal blocks. And now, the bad part about this is going to be, this is going to go down really fast. Like, unbelievably fast. Just because that is the way it goes. Which is unfortunate, but we're going to need to put some more of these gravity batteries in place. Because this is an 8-day drought, folks. 8 days. It is certainly not an ideal scenario to find ourselves in. But I believe I can start upgrading some of these windmills to be the large ones. And hopefully that will help our cause here. I know I don't have any up on top of this, nor do I think I really want to, because to get over here, the way that I built this, I would have to delete all of these power shafts. And I don't think I want to do that. I also don't want to build another mess of scaffolding underneath everything. I can't really attach these to anywhere. Like some of these spots, yeah, I might be able to get away with building a staircase in a place like, say, here to be able to build this. I might be able to get away with that. But the rest of this, we might have to, yeah, we might have to figure some stuff out. See if they're going to be able to get it done. Hopefully they finish this first before they build the stairs, or else some idiot's going to get stuck. But that is the way it goes. This, I guess, will get deprioritized. It just works, right? Like Todd Howard announcing Skyrim 18,000 year remaster. It just works. What's that waiting on logs? Oh, we're out of logs. Oh, I did not think that was going to be a problem this quickly. I guess, I don't know, a bunch of you guys did. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. But at least we planted some more trees. How far are we? 36, 82, 62, 76. All right, so it's going to be a little bit of a problem here unless we are able to... Oh, I didn't finish doing sunflowers. Unless we are able to harvest a bunch of these trees, which I don't think we need to, we might be in a little bit of trouble. How much pine resin do I have? I've got 520. Okay, so we do actually need to have this much here. But these trees absolutely can go away. We don't need them over here. And then that will let me get rid of the lumberjack as well. Yeah, we'll get that done. I mean, these trees have been growing forever. These pines do not need to be planted again, but they're also not grown, so I'm not going to get rid of them. We just have to get a little bit better about managing what goes where is all. Okay, good. So this spatter dock is looking nice. We do have now a growing supply of the raw spatter dock. The potatoes are still pegged way up at max capacity. So that's good. And I believe we are going to be in pretty good shape, folks. Just got to get these cut down. Obviously, they're not ever going to be replanted, but it is the way it is. They still haven't finished this. Well, I'll pause that one so they can focus on building this. I think that'll work out to be just fine. Are there any other trees I can cut down? I mean, these are a bunch of birch trees that are all not being used. Anything else over here? I mean, wow, this map is pretty barren when it comes to trees, to be perfectly honest with you. We have some pines over here. We've got oaks all the way up here, but we're not really in a great spot to get those. I guess we could. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, shall we? I know we don't have a lot of wood to be building stairs, but you know, there's only so much we can do, right? So we will do just that here. Get that taken care of. And pop in a couple of these lumberjack flags at the top so they can, you know, take care of the trees. Mark these for cutting. Remember to get that unmarked later and then get up to that second level. But this should get us a pretty decent start, hopefully. And we'll let them take care of what they need to take care of. I know we don't have any power over here. These are basically dead. We are only generating, what, less than a third of our power needs, so that's, you know, not great. But we're not going to be stuck forever. Oh, I can plant trees here. I totally didn't even notice. All right, let's do that. I'll put some more of these guys down here, and then they can keep growing. How are we doing here? Still 21 logs left to get to the paper part. Yeah, okay, we're not going to be able to get this done today, unfortunatthis is just the way it is. But I guess we can wait and see what is going to be happening here as we look to finish this episode up. I do have 8 unassigned bots. I can't put them in here yet, so I'll tell you what we'll do is I'm going to start automating some of our food processing. I guess we can start with... Yeah, we can start with the grills. That's an easy thing to do. And then, because remember, we don't need to have those working at this exact moment. That's fine. But we will, in fact, move a couple of these guys over there in just a moment. Because, hey, we have the fuel, so we don't even need to worry about the infrastructure. I'm just going to get this... Remember what district we're in. I'm going to set a minimum of 3 down here in Beaverburg 17. And they're going to get to work doing the grills, which they probably don't really need to do, but hey, it's fine. And that's also going to push some of the bio beavers into the other jobs that we hadn't had access for them to do yet. That is looking pretty good. We still have 6 others that have not had anywhere to go, but there's also no power currently. So I'm going to choose not to worry about it. Before we use them for haulers, though, we will need to have additional storages. Again, there's no wood currently. I know I will go eat a full serving of crow later as penance for this, but we will start fixing that soon-ish. I guess I could go ahead and plant some oaks down here that we could then harvest as long as I have a lumberjack somewhere. I've got a couple spots for this. And this will reach all the way over there, so I guess I'll just place this guy right here for now. And then we'll plant some oak trees. I will leave this open for a path in case we need to use it, but I think this is going to be good. We'll see what they can actually build on. But that will give the forester, once I re-employ them, something to do. I will go ahead and pause this so we don't have to worry about a beaver being wasted there. But it just takes time to get stuff done, folks. You know the drill. It's a balancing act. And right now we are halfway through a drought with no power and no real way to solve that problem because we don't have enough... Well, actually, now we do have paper, but we don't have power to... we don't have power to use it. So what I'm going to do, since we have 955 gears, I'm going to pause the gear workshops, and I'm going to pause only those 2 planks. So now it's going to have half power, and it can actually start making some paper. And then I believe because... Oh, this isn't even finished because there's no planks. Well, they'll get it figured out. It's not going to be that big of a deal. We just have to, you know, have planks to send over here. But we will start replacing the windmills. I'm not going to get rid of them until I am sure I can build one. That might be next episode, because this, if I take this out, none of these contribute power, and right now they're the only things making power. So honestly, it might end up being a thing where we just need to wait until the next cycle to do this. But I do want to make sure that we are as prepared as we can be before we do that, which is why I have this paper mill going. I don't have storage for paper right now, so you know what that means, folks. It means we need to build yet another, not an underground pile, another large warehouse, which I will, I guess just for consistency's sake, place this way. And that can be for storing of paper. You don't need 1,200 paper. No, I don't. But it would be cool, so we'll do it. And then that also opens up the possibility to put tandem observatories right next to each other so we can have more science should we need it, which we probably will. But I will, for the benefit of all beaver kind, deprioritize this construction. I don't know if it works across districts like that. I probably should, considering the amount of, you know, time I've spent playing this game. But that's about all the preparations we can realistically make, I think, without just waiting. And I don't want to make you guys do that. So we'll go ahead and end this episode here, just because there's not that much more I think we can really accomplish without just wasting your time. So I appreciate you being here. We'll, of course, pick this one back up on Monday in that video. and we have plenty more to get to now. But hey, we got 16 bots that aren't assigned to jobs that I can't assign to yet because there's no science to unlock the stuff I really want them to do, which I guess is a good problem to have. And we're well on our way to having the jobs automated, folks. It's not going to be this episode, obviously. Not going to be next episode. Might not be the episode after that, but it's not going to be that long before we have the beavers fully free of their work responsibilities. And then at that point, we can really, really dive into the well-being, get all the recreation built, and then, before the end of the series, build the Earth Recultivator. So, like I said, I appreciate you, Beard Boosters. You've seen all those names scrolling up the screen this entire time. Truly, honestly, could not do it without you. All the fantastic support, whether you were Beard Booster for a month, or you've been a Beard Booster for 15, like the people at the top of the list. I really appreciate all of your support. The generosity has made it possible to keep doing these videos and take care of a lot of important things in my life that I otherwise would not be able to with the help that you give me with there. And I'm very, very thankful for it. I hope we can continue for a very long time doing all this fun stuff, enjoying these games, and getting into some new stuff too. Soon after this series is done and the live stream series with the Iron Teeth, we will be branching out into some other games you guys have been begging for a very long time. Not going to stop doing beavers. Don't worry. We're still always going to do beavers. But the rest of the stuff is very, very much overdue. We'll get to that in due time. But that's all I got for this one. I really appreciate you. I know I say it a lot, but I truly mean it. Could not do without you. I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic rest of your day, whatever it is you're doing. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.